Hello everyone, it's Ben. I just thought I'd join the fun in the thread we have going in the forums for the Kamel GT series, showing off our sim rigs. So here you can see my home office as well as my battle station. Starting with the centerpiece, I recently completely upgraded and rebuilt this computer. Went with Intel i7 7700K, 32 gigabytes of DDR4, R9 390 graphics card. That's probably the only real legacy thing left in there, but pretty beefy system, which I needed because this is my fancy storage device for my new Oculus Rift. I switched to VR just a few weeks ago, as many of you likely know. Now you'll notice that the rig itself looks kind of strange. That used to be a triple monitor mount. I took one of the arms off. Obviously after I moved to the Rift I no longer needed three, but I can move this arm back and forth, so that when I'm sitting in the chair I have a useful monitor. You can imagine it's pretty hard to use that one over there. I just have it mirroring off of that same computer, because that one computer is my workstation. So people were telling me that I needed a fan if I was going to use the Oculus for iRacing. It gets hot. They were absolutely correct. Within days I went out and bought that little guy for like 10 bucks. The seat itself is the Play Seat Challenge. It's essentially like a lawn chair frame, but with Alcantara leather on it, and a swing arm that has the wheel deck attached to it. It's been great. I wish it was anchored to the rig itself, but it's really been pretty perfect for my needs. It's very comfortable over long stretches and it's fine. The only tricky thing is that swing arm. As you can see, the rig's sort of built around, so it's somewhat like climbing into a race car through the window. It's one of those things, it's really clumsy and tricky, but you get used to it. So I got a Derek Spears designed button box for about 100 bucks, and I've got traction control, ABS, radio controls, all that stuff mapped on there, brake bias and so on. My Thrustmaster TH8A shifter, trusty, easy, reliable, and I've got the other plate for when I switch over to a car that has sequential shifting. I just use that T-handled hex wrench there to swap them out. For the pedals, I have the CSL Elites from Fanatic that they came out with a couple of years ago. They've been great. I've never really had a reason to upgrade from them, and you can see that I've moved the brake pedal to be closer to the throttle to make heel toe more effective. I've also added a shim to increase the height of the brake pedal. The wheel itself is a Thrustmaster again. That's the T300 RS, and then I have the Ferrari, I think it's the 599 Evo wheel. And then the frame that you see here, I built just a very simple design. I drew up on some graph paper and said, okay, let's throw it together. Very inexpensive, very simple, sort of supporting squares. It's really stable, it's great. I've never had a problem with it, and it cost very little to make. This particular monitor, nothing to see here, 60 Hz, 1080p. It just serves the purpose of giving me access to my desktop. This one's my nice monitor. When I do anything else, I pretty much work here at my desktop for work or play. And then if I want to set up dual monitors, I just turn off the mirroring and make it extended, and that way I can maybe have a iRacing up on the left monitor while I've got my painting stuff like GIMP up on the big monitor. So it allows me to have multitasking without multiple monitors on the desk at any given time. And that is about it. You've seen my home office. I hope you enjoyed.